There's one thing this video needs.
K-pop! I didn't want to have to make this video. YouTube Rewind 2018. As of this morning, the most disliked video in the history of YouTube. And I didn't want to make this video because I think there's a trend on YouTube right now where it's like cool to see everybody just all over Rewind and that'll get you views. And I don't, and I didn't want to make something that was a part of that kind of negativity. But I've got enough incoming about my involvement in the video where I feel like I have to at least share where my head is. And I'm going to start by defending the video. Please hold your negative comments until I'm able to say my whole shtick here. The video wasn't great. The video, I think, was a miss, is maybe a nice way of saying it. But, you know, behind anything in this world, especially the creative world, but behind anything in this world that's been realized, there is intention. And the reason why, you know, I've been trying to bite my cheek about, you know, the things that I want to say about this video is because I think that I do understand both YouTube's intention. I know the director, the actual person who directed YouTube Rewind. I know him, and I know the team that worked so hard to put together this video. And in aggregate, I do think I understand what their intention was. And their intention was not to make the 8-minute and 13-second cringe fest that was the video. You know, their intention was to make something that felt inclusive. Their intention was to make something that maybe talked about the more altruistic aspects of this platform that often get overlooked. Creators doing wonderful things for charities and nonprofits and things like that. There was an attempt to address feedback from years past. There was an attempt to incorporate very specific feedback from creators and from the community into this video. I think that the intention behind this video was a beautiful, wonderful thing. Full stop. I fully mean that. Then there's the video itself. You know, intention was their target. The video sort of went like this and missed the target tremendously. K-pop. K-pop! I know. That scene was meant to be ironic. You know, K-pop was not the butt of that joke. K-pop is a musical genre that a lot of people love. Fully respect that and respect what it is. But there's some irony in the fact that the guy who's standing up cheerleading K-pop is like a 37-year-old father of 3. I don't know anything about K-pop. I still listen to Tupac. So Veronica and Vanessa, the Merrill twins, the girls at my side, they're friends of mine. And when we got there that morning and they walked through the script for us, it seemed really funny. And, you know, we probably did that take where we're like, K-pop! We did that like a dozen times. And every time we cracked up, everybody on set cracked up. There was just such a kind of sardonicism or sarcasm, irony to the fact that we were saying it in the way that we were saying it. It was funny. And then to have me dance as a K-pop dancer, I don't know how to dance. I don't particularly look great in a K-pop suit. That was also funny because it was ironic. Then came the video itself. All subtlety, all nuance, all of that irony was just kind of lost. You know, as a filmmaker, I can blame it on the edit. As a filmmaker, blame it on the context. I don't know why it was such a miss, but it was a miss. And instead of it being something silly and ridiculous that makes you crack up, it was just this like, ooh, Casey, why moment. And look, I don't care. I mean, this stuff doesn't bother me. But it did then force me to kind of look at the rest of the video. And, you know, Marquez at the very beginning, Marquez Brownlee, who's both a friend of mine and one of my favorite YouTubers, I thought his scene felt a little bit weird.
Is this what you wanted?
And then he made a video where he was addressing his scene.
As someone who was there, that clip didn't convey the whole point of the shoot. It's just kind of all lost. You barely realize what's happening. You maybe take some of it in, and then it's on to the next scene. And that's how it is with every single clip.
And that made a lot of sense. The nuance surrounding his scene was also missing. And I think the conclusion there is that they were trying to, in constructing this video, they were trying to do a lot of things. And rather than doing a few things really well, they did a lot of things not really well. And why be a part of it? Casey, why'd you show up in the first place? I was honored. I still am honored to be invited to be a part of Rewind. Rewind, as I understand it, as I still understand it, is a celebration of the community. And look, I think they reimbursed me for half of my flight to go out to be in that. I left my family to go to Los Angeles to be in that video. I definitely saw some tweets floating saying the reason why creators are in it because creators get paid. No one's getting paid to be in that video. We're in that video because we love the idea of celebrating this community, which kind of brings me to my last point, which is, you know, the biggest criticism, the thing that everybody's saying is that YouTube Rewind is not a celebration of the community. YouTube Rewind is nothing more than a vehicle to sell advertising. I think that that's a little bit true, but I also don't think that that is a fair brush to paint all of YouTube Rewind with. I believe, and I don't know this, I haven't talked to anybody at YouTube about this, but I believe that YouTube Rewind started, 5 years ago or whatever it was, started as purely just a celebration of YouTube community and all the amazing, hysterical, meme-worthy, viral events that took place on this platform, all sort of aggregated into one really funny, great video that celebrated all of it. And I think judging by the explosive nature of the video in those first couple of years, YouTube just kept doubling down. Let's do more of that. And then it did become this perfect calling card for YouTube to show off what YouTube represents. And in showing that off, of course, YouTube is going to show it off to advertisers. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think anybody who saw their AdSense dive during Adpocalypse, or anybody that's ever even made 1 penny off of AdSense, should celebrate the fact that advertisers keep showing up here on YouTube because it's what enables so much of us to do what we do. I think the problem is that over the years, making a video that shows advertisers and shows brands what YouTube is all about, and making a video that celebrates the YouTube community, they became one thing. And I think that that is a big mistake. I think that so much of what this community is and what it is that we celebrate about this community is not always succinct with what it is brands and advertisers may be excited about promoting their products on this platform is. I think there's often a divergence there. And in an attempt to kind of circumvent that divergence, I think that a lot of kind of the integrity of the celebration of this community was marginalized. I think it was compromised to make a video like Rewind 2018. It was compromised to make sure it was a squeaky clean, G-rated, kind of mainstream celebrity, and I think that that's unfortunate. Last point I want to make is one where I disagree with some of my peers here on this platform. I disagree with anyone who says, I disagree with everyone who is encouraging YouTube to end Rewind. YouTube, I hope you don't end Rewind. I want you to continue Rewind. And I think this year 2018 should be nothing more than kind of a painful lesson that you should celebrate the community. I know that YouTube loves the YouTube community. I know that YouTube cares about the YouTube community. And I love the idea of having one video that demonstrates YouTube's appreciation for this community. Maybe make 2 separate videos, 2 separate things. One, really showing advertisers what this platform has to offer, ways they can reach their brands or audience or whatever it is that advertisers are trying to do on this platform. Wonderful. And then let's make another video that celebrates this community and all this community represents. Maybe some of the uglier stuff, and maybe that includes some of the stuff that, I don't know, not everyone considers to be brand friendly, and everything else that so much of this community identifies with. And it needs to have Shane Dawson in it. K-pop!